room service. Welcome to Canton, Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, man. Love you, Randy. Yes, sir.
On behalf of,
Thank you, God.
Come on, baby.
Thank you, Jesus.
come on here, guys. You guys can come up here. Come on up here. How you doing? Good to see you.
My wife.
Good to see you.
Mr. Baker.
Thank you,
Good to
God.
see you.
Thank you,
I'm president of the Pro
God.
Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, man.
Hey, on behalf of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, on behalf of your fellow Hall of Famers, on behalf of all of us who love the game, it's my privilege to welcome you to Canton, Ohio, which will be your new home for the rest of time. And Randy, I want to thank you for all you've done for the game, for all you're going to do for the game. Okay, Randy, and I want to thank you so much because this is going to be the beginning of your journey, not the end of your football career. We're going to put a gold jacket on you. We're going to give you a bronze bust. We're going to give you a ring of excellence. Okay, and the things you're going to do with that are incredible. You're going to change people's lives just like this is going to change your life.
Thank you, Mr. Baker.
What'd you think about that, Cece?
That was pretty amazing. Ray Lewis and I were on the same floor. So one of my friends was able to be on the floor behind Dave Baker when they knocked on his door. It's an unbelievable experience. It does change your life. Randy Moss is not a crier, but you could see the appreciation for what football has done for him. And to me, being a person associated to him, I was rewarded too. Because all my hard work that I spent with that kid, trying to make him a better person, a better football player, man, I saw it. And not only was he a great football player, but I'm really satisfied with the man that Randy Moss has become. And at the end of the day, if you're not a good man, what else do you have? So I'm very, very excited to see Randy Moss join an exclusive class. And that would also put him and I in a very, very rare class with Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice and also Tim Brown, and John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. So now we are in a rare, rare area. Not only did you have a great career, but you had someone on the opposite side. People say wide receivers are very, very selfish. The chances of having two people being in the Hall of Fame as wide receivers, so Moss and I, we cherish that, and I'm very, very happy for him. It's great to see the video there. That's priceless.
Those people CC listed, the only list of teammates that are both in the Hall as wide receivers.
Yes.
So I want to applaud the Hall and those voters. It's a very select group, around 50 people. It's somewhat secretive. They got this, I think, for the first time in a little bit of time. They got this exactly right.
This is a great class.
It's a great class. And Ray had to get in first ballot. He did. We both felt Randy needed to be in first ballot, but we were worried because there's only been one wide receiver in the last 30 years in first ballot.
Yes.
That's Jerry Rice, the greatest wide receiver of all time. T.O. needed to get in. Now, T.O. did some things the weekend of that probably explain one of the reasons people didn't want him to get in initially. T.O. is always going to be T.O. off the field. And, talk about that another time. But T.O. as a player absolutely has to be in. And then Urlacher, Dawkins, I tweeted, those three have to be in, and then Urlacher, Dawkins, Edge, and Steve Hutchinson. To me, those four guys are fighting for the last two spots. And Urlacher and Dawkins, there's no argument against. What'd you tell me about Brian Dawkins?
15. One interception, 15 straight years.
And he was probably the hardest of this class to get in.
Yes.
But for Randy, I remember your Hall of Fame speech, and you mentioned the people who helped you along the way. And you said to them, a high school coach, best friends growing up, you guys are in the Hall of Fame as well. Well, you're already in the Hall of Fame. But part of you gets to go in a second time with Randy because of the things you guys did together and because of the work you guys did together. And so that's great, man. I'm happy for Randy. I don't know Randy. You do. You know what high regard I hold him in. I think it's amazing.
Yes, and also some of the other, Bobby Betherford, who built great teams as a general manager. Robert Brazile, amazing linebacker for the Houston Oilers, gets in the senior committee. And Jerry Kramer, Bart Starr's center, he gets in. So not only the first-timers, Ray, Urlacher, Moss, but on the back end, These older guys, man, this class is dynamic from top to bottom.
Well, I learned so much about the Hall of Fame just from being on this set with you every day, and I had no idea that it was so hard for wide receivers to get in. For whatever reason, there's so many of them. Is there any possibility that this maybe changes that maybe we got over the hump with allowing wide receivers in, or is this just because they were so ridiculously gifted?
Well, Terrell Owens should have gotten in 2 years ago, so they held him out because they moved the finish line. Randy Moss, they couldn't deny him. Larry Fitzgerald and these other guys will be coming in the next 7 to 10 years. The bar is so high, you know, because if you look at T.O. and Randy, both 150 touchdowns, both over 1,000 catches.
Yeah.
Like, no, it didn't get any easier just because they got in. It's going to always be very difficult for wide receivers to judge what is a Hall of Fame wide receiver based on inflated numbers.
I showed my son Randy Moss highlights for about a half hour this week because he was too young to watch him. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. What a fun athlete to watch. Happy for him and all those guys.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.